Breaking Rust is the new country music artist topping the Billboard country music charts. If you haven't heard of Breaking Rust, well, you better get on it, super hot right now. The band isn't even real, it's AI, but I guess this is gonna be the future of music in the world. So Breaking Rust has only been putting out music since October 11th, so not very long. Nonetheless, currently Breaking Rust, I'm gonna pause. Kate, Breaking Rust, we need to do an analysis of the name of this AI country music band, okay? What does that even mean? What does Breaking Rust mean?
Nothing. It sounds vaguely like a country band, and I think that's where they ended it. That's it. I have no idea what that means.
So I'm gonna make you put your cards on the table, Kate, okay? Because some people might be watching this thinking like, what do lefties even know about country music, right? But you are a country music fan, so you actually do like the genre. And before we get to the details, just give people a little taste about your feelings toward this AI invasion of a music genre you enjoy.
Okay, taste is, when I first saw the story, I was like viscerally livid. Then I read it, stayed viscerally livid, and then like the whole day passed. I did some more research into it, and I still absolutely hate it. And that sums up my feelings about it.
Okay, fair enough. So let's give the audience some details about this. Currently, Breaking Rust has a #1 on the country digital songs chart with a song titled Walk My Walk. Apparently though, that's not even their most popular track. So the band also has songs like Livin' on Borrowed Time and Whiskey Don't Talk Back, each boasting millions of streams. So
to be fair, a lot of country songs do have titles like that.
I like the Whiskey Don't Talk Back lyric or song title, it's great. And you know what, Whiskey really don't talk back. But sometimes not your friend, in moderation, of course. So how do we know that this is AI? Well, look, if you check out the social media page for Breaking Rust, I think it's kind of obvious. So there it is, taking a look at it. I love like the cowboy with the cowboy hat. Every post on their Instagram is like clearly an AI generated melancholy looking cowboy in various settings, so great. Now we obviously can't play the audio due to copyright purposes. We really want to protect the intellectual property of this AI generated band. But Jason Palomara, who's an assistant professor of music technology at Indiana University, told Newsweek that the music itself is it's obviously a product of AI. He says, or he describes Breaking Rust's music as an improvement to other AI bands like there's other AI bands like the Velvet Sundown. However, he described the lyrics as vague and meaningless, which doesn't surprise me at all. He says, despite the stomp, clap, hey rhythms and acousticy sound, the song is heavily laden with some very techie production techniques. The audio on every track sounds really compressed and still has this weird digital shimmer, especially evident in the vocals. Once you notice it, you can't not notice it. And despite pushback, Breaking Rust is getting streams and recognition, which is concerning for actual artists, right? People who are writing music, who are performing, who are trying to make it in the music industry, they're not happy about this. So John Antonuccio, director of the School of Media Arts and Studies at Ohio University, told Newsweek, look at Deezer's reports on the now 30% volume of AI generated tracks that are being uploaded to their platforms, or the AI assisted artist Zania Monet. When did this all happen? Like, I feel like I've been totally asleep at the wheel. There's so many AI artists, like I had no idea. So there's Zania Monet, who already hit the Billboard charts. The ease of this technology will only enable both musicians and fans alike to create and distribute work at a scale we have not seen before. So if you're not familiar with Deezer, as I wasn't, it's a global music platform that reported in September that they're receiving 30,000 fully AI generated tracks a day, which is insane. That's 28% of its total daily delivery. And to put that in comparison, the number was at just 10% back in January. So AI generated music is just taking off. It is flooding the market. But there is one thing that AI music can't replace, and that's real artists who tend to have a connection to their fans. And that's why, I hate this as well, Kate, but I also think about why I'm drawn to music, right? And it's not just how the music sounds or how the music makes me feel. When I see real people performing, whether it's on TV or in person, like to me, that's the magic of the art. Like when I went to go see some like little side jazz band that the drummer for Tool was performing at. I saw it live at this little tiny venue called the Baked Potato. Like I was in awe of this man and his talent, like watching him in real time, watching just how incredible he is and remembering how humans are just capable of amazing things. Like to me, that's what draws me to art in general and music in particular. So at some point, I just think like maybe the AI stuff, especially when it comes to music, will fizzle out. But this might be my Cenk Uygur moment where I'm being overly optimistic and maybe I need to be more pessimistic. Maybe I need to go back into my Anna mode where I just don't have any optimism at all. But I'm curious what you think because you love watching live shows.
Yeah, that's a huge part of my life. So this was like very offensive to me. I don't know, it might sound corny, but like I feel like the whole point of music is that it has some soul, like it has a meaning to it because the person who made it like put their heart into it. They use their own experiences to come up with something. And I know that's not always true. Like there's plenty of dumb radio hits that are just churned out to get as many listens as possible. So it's not like every song is like a singer-songwriter sitting down and pouring their heart and soul into it. But still, I just feel like it needs a human element. Otherwise, what's the point? And I listened to these songs because I was curious what they sounded like. I could totally see someone not realizing, like musically, they're not impressive. It's like a very simple beat, like very few instruments. There's parts where you can like tell that the voice is either fake or like very auto-tuned, but it's like real enough. Lyrically, it's like, it's fine. There was one verse that I was very amused by. So I'm just gonna read it because I don't wanna, steal this AI, their intelligence, I guess. But the verse is, you can kick rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Ain't selling my soul for a seat at your table. I'm rough, I'm raw, I'm wild, I'm able.
Well, you know what? So Whiskey don't talk back. Whiskey don't talk back. Maybe I need to turn to whiskey. That's
yeah. So like it's not great. But like there's plenty of songs with dumb lyrics. So I don't know. And then the guy mentioned that band Velvet Sundown. And they have apparently over like 1 million monthly listeners on Spotify, which is insane. And they have a song. The title of it is Dust on the Wind.
Oh my God.
Instead of Dust in the Wind, the very famous song. I'm like, that's just theft. Like, I don't know how you can get away with that. And it's just so grating that, and I honestly, I think I rarely have to tell you to be more pessimistic, but I think this might be one of those instances. And it's not that like, it's not that I think that people like actual musicians are going to stop making music. Like people will always have that passion, but when it comes to actually producing music, like, will music producers become obsolete because of AI? Like, why would a music studio or an artist pay for studio musicians to make a song when they could just generate it using an AI program? Like, so it's gonna have downstream effects like it does on every other industry, and I worry about that.
Yeah, I think those are totally legitimate concerns, and I definitely worry about that as well. I think the one thing that's giving me a little bit of optimism is that humans are social by nature. Like we crave human connection. And technology, I believe, has made us far more atomized to our detriment. And there's gotta be some sort of awakening, not just in this country, but throughout the globe, about how we're sick of fake crap, right? Like we're sick of screens and artificial garbage replacing what gives us purpose in life, and that's human relationships, human connection. Again, music isn't really about like I am entertained, it's about how it makes you feel. So if you have like this manufactured AI slop that doesn't actually mean anything, it doesn't make people feel anything. Sure, it might be cute for now. It might get a decent number of streams. It might top, I can't believe it's topping the charts. It's so devastating. I mean, to be fair, like, is there a lot of country music coming out? You know, like, is there a lot of competition?
Yeah, there is. There's still good stuff coming out.
Okay.
So yeah, there is. But
right, okay. So,
yeah, I think my concern is less that like I don't think these like literal AI artists that there's nobody behind it, or at least it's completely anonymous. I'm not worried that they're gonna like overtake real artists. Like I'm sure that there will be more of this, and I don't like it. But like I think the bigger concern is the behind the scenes stuff of how many like people that work in the music industry, how many studio musicians, how many songwriters are not gonna have anything to do with the creation of the music anymore. Mm-hmm. Because why would you when you can just use ChatGPT to write a song? So I mean, that's really sad because you don't necessarily know that as a consumer of music.
You kind of see this in a different area of work, and that's writers on Substack, for instance. There's so much AI generated slop on Substack right now. And so Substack has its own like notes section, which is kind of like X. And I've noticed that the notes that get the most attention, the most renotes or reposts, are the ones that are very obviously generated by AI and say like fake inspirational stuff, you know, like, you're having a hard time writing, just get started, like that kind of stuff. And whoever's posting it is making money off of this. Like it blows my mind. And I guess I just want humans to have higher standards and think about what it is about the art and the writings and all the things you're drawn to. It's the human behind it that makes it great, that makes it appealing, that draws your attention to it. And more importantly, I don't want to live in a fake world. I want to live in a real world where humans make art. I'm not interested in the AI at all. And by the way, all the people using AI to make thumbnails that include my image on YouTube, I see those images and I don't like them. I think they distort the way I look, and it's upsetting, really, really upsetting. Have you come across any of those, Kate?
No, I don't think so.
They're so bad. They're so, I mean, I saw one of Laura Loomer the other day that was very unfair to her, but I will allow it. But when it comes to me, I will not allow it. Please stop doing that.
Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.